Should you hire your friend or family member to help you buy or sell a property? If you want to hear my thoughts on this topic, then keep on watching. Before we get into it, if you're new to my channel, then welcome. I'm Stephanie Nause with the Homeplicity Realty Group at Keller Williams here in Toronto, and I'm passionate about helping our buyers and sellers build and develop wealth through real estate. If you like Toronto real estate market updates, tips on buying, selling, or investing in real estate, then I hope you would consider subscribing to my channel. Go ahead and give this video a like. If you're interested in the content, it helps us with YouTube's algorithm, and let's get into it. So, let's handle the elephant in the room. Should you hire your friend or family member to help you buy or sell real estate? I think the most obvious answer to this question is only if they're the most qualified. What do I mean by that? There's 60,000 agents on our Toronto real estate board, and 95% of those agents did one transaction or less. They may be wonderful people, you love them, you want to support them. They might not be the most qualified person to help you with this transaction, especially when we're talking about buying real estate in this market. You need a very qualified agent. I can't tell you the amount of times a buyer will come to us after unsuccessfully working with another realtor for 3-4 months. Sometimes they'll say they've submitted 17 offers on a property, and this hurts my heart because I know how fast our market's increasing. And to make the math easy for me, let's say we're talking about 1% a month, which actually wouldn't be unreasonable based on the last couple of years, and a $1.2 million purchase price, that's $12,000 a month. If you multiply that by 2 or 3 months of these poor buyers looking for property and submitting offers, it's becoming more expensive for them to buy the same property. And coupled with the fact that they could have lost out on their dream home multiple times. It's very discouraging for them. It's costing them more money. So that's why it's very important to make sure that you have the most qualified agent to help you through the process, whether they're a friend or not. And the same goes for the selling side. Having a really good listing agent means that they're going to come in, they're going to go through all the potential scenarios, help you pick out a pricing strategy. They're going to have the experience to do that. They're going to have the experience to give you all the important feedback on prepping the property for sale, which can actually result in tens of thousands, potentially dollars extra in your pocket. And they also just know how to handle an offer presentation, how to handle the negotiations, not only to maximize the sale price and drive the offers up in your favor, but also to make sure that they're legally sound and that you're not open to any liability. It's up to you. Only you can decide whether or not your friend or family member is the best fit to be moving you through this transaction, okay? And sometimes that's based on experience, sometimes it's based on a variety of factors. Point number 2, can they be truthful as they need to for you to get the best advice, and also can you be receptive to it? There have been many times in my career when I've had to give clients, especially sellers, feedback on how to prep their property, or feedback from other agents and their buyers that have gone through the property that's not favorable. I don't love doing it. It's not a fun experience for me. I know that it's potentially hurting my client's feelings, but I also know that I'm not doing my job. I'm not serving my client if I don't tell them. And sometimes it's little adjustments like that that we can make that will move the transaction forward and result in more money. And then sometimes if you're too close to your friend or family member who's listing the property or helping you buy a property, it's sometimes hard to see them not as Uncle Fred or your nephew or your best friend or your coworker who you work with, right? It's hard sometimes to separate your personal relationship from the professional one and really take them seriously and take their advice, especially if it's not something that you particularly want to hear or want to do. Sometimes it's much easier to have those conversations, or even stuff to do with your financial situation that maybe we need to know as agents, because it will affect how we market the property or how we structure the closing date or any of those kind of things. Sometimes it's just easier to have those conversations with someone that's not your bestie. I would say probably the last and the most important is what's going to happen if the transaction doesn't work out. This is someone that's very close to you, and this is, I'm assuming, an important relationship to you. So what's going to happen if A, you decide you don't want to sell maybe you can't get the price that you're looking for, or there's 101 things that can go wrong in a real estate transaction. No two are alike. And some are going to be out of your agent's control, like a property sells before you get a chance to take a look at it, or the buyer agent that brings the buyer through your home that's listed leaves all the lights on and all the doors unlocked. These are very frustrating things, and this is an emotional, frustrating time. What will that do to your relationship if things don't go well? Or what if something happens that was in your agent's control? What if they don't structure the agreement properly? What if they don't advise you on something that materially impacts your decision, right? What's going to happen if things don't go well? Are you going to be upset if it impacts your relationship moving forward? Something to consider is, what's the value of your relationship? And for your agent too, I think you have to have a real conversation about that. Is, how do you guys both feel about it, right? So those are my thoughts, and in your heart of hearts, only what's going to work for you and your situation and for your friend or family member. I definitely work with a lot of friends and family over the years, and I'm eternally grateful for their love and support. But I know when to stay in my lane. If somebody wants to buy something, and this goes for past clients too, that's outside my area of expertise, like a commercial property, or outside my jurisdiction, I don't want to learn on the job for my client, and I want them to have the best possible experience. So I will refer them to someone that's their specialty. And what most buyers, sellers, like most clients, and actually some agents don't know, is that we actually have a agent referral program where we will actually share our commission with your friend or family member. And you know what? They might actually be relieved. They might not want to drive down to Toronto, especially in the wintertime, from Barrie 3-4 times a week to show homes to you, and have to be doing all this extra research to get up to date on the market. They might actually love the idea of working with us, and then we can serve you. We are up to date on the market. We know how to handle the transaction. We're still going to make sure that we share our commission with them, so it's a win-win for everybody. So just putting that out there, right? To kind of have that conversation up front, and you might be surprised how open to it they actually might be. If you would like more information on our agent referral program, if you would like a free, no obligation consultation on buying a home or selling a home in Toronto, please feel free to visit our website in the description box down below, or give me a call. I always love to hear from you. If you have ideas for future real estate videos that you would love for us to film, go ahead and drop that in the comments. And until next time, bye.